Okay, let's take a look at measures 1 and 2. Okay, this is the first chord shape, right? You have the open string, the 5th string, the 1st string, you have a D sharp, a C sharp, and then you have an A. Okay, so be sure you have your fingers in that position. This finger's gonna be kind of hovering here on the 4th string because the next 2 measures you're gonna shift from here to there. Okay, so here's the first 2 measures, that chord shape. Okay, here's the arpeggio. Okay, so the first 2 measures. Okay, next, measure 3, measure 4. You're just gonna switch that A on the 4th string to the G on the 4th string, and then that becomes measure 3 and 4. Okay, measure 5 and measure 6. You're gonna move to the D sharp on the 2nd string, C natural on the 3rd, F sharp on the 4th string. So this is the shape, and it sounds like this. Okay, measure 7, the same shape, you're just going to move it back. That's measure 7 and 8. Okay, measure 8, you have a C sharp. This is D, so move it back 1. And then you have a E. This is F, so you're going to move both these back. And you're going to keep the B on the 3rd string. Okay, so this is measure 8 to 9. Okay, measure 10. You're just gonna play a C natural on the 2nd string and an E on the 4th. So this pinky's gonna stay there on the B. Okay, so you have open string, 5th string, 1st string open, 2nd string, 1st fret C, 3rd string B on the 4th fret, and then 4th string E on the 2nd fret. 10 and 11 sounds like this. Okay, next you're going to move that B up to a C, and then you're going to play a G on the 6th string, and then you're going to play an E on the 4th string, 2nd fret, right there. Okay, this is the first time the bass note changes. Okay, so it was doing open string all that time, and now it's going to the 6th string. So your thumb's gonna have to move up on the right hand. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so again, sorry. Then you're gonna go to 14, which is an F sharp on the bass right here. Then you have an A on the 3rd string and an E on the 4th string, and then your first 2 strings are open. Sounds like this. Okay, 15. 15, just change the F sharp to an F natural. Your E becomes a D, so the 4th string's open now. Okay, so this is what you have on 15 and 16. Okay. Next measure, 17 and 18. You have a low E open, so that bass note becomes open now. And then you have an A and an E on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string and the 4th string. Sounds like this. Okay. Measure 19 and 20. Just an E chord, right? You have a E on the 4th string, G sharp on the 3rd. Okay, time signature change. On 21 you have a D and an F sharp. I mean a D and an F. So you're just playing the 3rd string 10th fret, 4th string 12th fret. Okay. (23) and 24. That D becomes a C sharp, and then you have an F sharp on the 3rd string. So these two are on the 11th fret. Sounds like this. Okay, that's 23 and 24. 25, you have a D and an F sharp. So 3rd string just goes to a D, 7th fret, right? 3rd string. And then F sharp on the 4th string, 4th fret. Okay, it's a bit of a stretch, so you're going to have to practice that. 27, 28, you have a C sharp and a G sharp, sorry. Okay, 29 and 30, you're going to move over here. You have a D natural, B natural, and an F natural. 30, you have